Strange dogs in Kansas City. Hi, my name is Roger. I live in southern Illinois. This story takes place in Kansas City, Missouri. It's now 2021, but the story actually happened in and around 2000, maybe in the late 90s. I can't be sure about the dates, but I know what I saw. The story I'm about to tell isn't paranormal per se, but it was very profound to me, seeing that I can remember it up until this day. It has to do with dogs. I can't say if they were wild dogs, hybrids, or some form of deformed dogs. I wanted to relay the story though, because of the way these dogs looked and where they were located. During this time in my life, I was living on Topping Avenue by 31st Street on the east side of Kansas City with my now ex-girlfriend, Chris. She was an older woman with two kids. We lived near Independence, Missouri, just on the outskirts, but still in Kansas City. And they lived on the south side on 95th Street. We would visit them once or twice during the week, and to do so, we would usually drive down Interstate 435. If we didn't, we would take Highway 51, but usually we took 435 because the exit was just by where they lived. On 435, it was almost a straight shot to the apartment complex where my ex-girlfriend's kids lived. Sometimes, if I wanted to take the scenic route, we would drive down Hardesty Avenue to East 63rd Street, Traffic Way, turn right, drive the little ways, and then turn left on Lewis Road. When driving this route, we would see a lot of countryside that is scattered all throughout Kansas City. It is filled with hills, rivers, and forests. People don't realize that Kansas City isn't all city. It's actually a city planted in the center of the forest. We would drive down Lewis Road until we reached Wildcat Hollow Drive. Then we'd turn left and drive a short ways to Lakeside Drive and turn right. And we drove down Lakeside Drive until we came to Blue River Road, which took us down into South Kansas City. This is the area of the city where my story begins. Taking the back way down to 95th Avenue, I didn't see much of these dogs, but there were times when I could see them running across the road. They never caused much of a disturbance though, just jotting out in front of our car, but I could sometimes see them ahead of us. I mostly saw them when we drove down Interstate 435 though. When we passed 87th Street on the right, heading south, there was a company there named Superior Bowen Asphalt that owned a lot of land next to the interstate. You could see rock piles from where they dug and mixed shrubbery and wooded areas that grew up around it. It was a very rocky terrain. Looking down on the property from the interstate wasn't hard to do. We could see right into the wooded areas and the rock piles stacked. They were even there were even crevices where digging had taken place. It didn't happen every time we drove by, but sometimes when we did, I could see these dogs from the passenger side of the car. My girlfriend never did see them from the interstate. She she didn't see, but she did see him finally when we took the back roads down to the south side of Kansas City. First off, let me say, I'm not saying that these were anything like dogmen, werewolves, or anything of that nature. The dogs that I saw were just profound to me. The memories I have of them stuck with me all these years later. I couldn't tell you offhand all of the things I've forgotten in the past 20 years, but the memories of these animals are still in my mind. That alone says a lot to me. With that said, I will tell you what they looked like. Dogs ran in packs. I always saw them at least four of them together. They stood at least 3 foot. Some could have been 4 foot. This in on all no. This is on all 4 legs too, by the way. I was so far away to tell you what their eyes or their feet looked like. I can tell you though, they had gray skin and with thin, short hair. Not all of their hair was thin though. I could see patches of long hair poking out of different parts of their body. They had a sort of mane that ran along their backs, it seemed. Not all of their back was long hair though. It was more like patches. They could have had mange, don't get me wrong. The dogs had no problem whatsoever when it came to climbing in the rocky terrain either. They'd run together in packs, jumping on and off the rocky cliffed areas with ease. If I was in those woods alone, I would have been terrified if I came up on a pack of these dogs. In my mind, I'm sure they would have attacked anyone who they saw. To this day, I still don't understand how they could run free within the city limits of Kansas City, but they did. I don't know if they are still there either. It has been a long time since I've been to Kansas City, but I have no doubt they are still there. Not only were they there on the side of the interstate, like I said, they ran freely within those woods. My girlfriend and I could see them on the back roads as well when we drove along the side of the Black River on Blue River Road. I'm curious though if anyone else has ever seen these dogs in that area of the city of Kansas City. If anyone has, please let me know in the comments area below. For years, I've wondered if my eyes were only playing tricks on me or if someone else has ever seen these dogs. I don't see how my eyes could have been playing tricks on me, as my girlfriend saw them too. Thanks for letting me share my story.